Yo, yo, yo. What's up? Welcome to the Moon Bear Network. Trader Jason, Yoda, the
What's
beard,
going on?
popping in to give you guys a little bit of news for the week. I think we can all agree that today has been a crazy day, but it's been a crazy week all around, altogether. And I think the market has spoken. Wouldn't you agree?
I would agree, 100%.
Anyways, we're going to jump right into the news, give you guys some background on what everybody, all the FUD and what everybody thought was going to happen, and then what actually happened we've seen today.
Yeah, one thing I find very interesting is we had a flood of
Negative
bad news.
Yep.
Over the course of recent days. These are all, this article right here is 15 Feb, and which is today, and it goes over the Senate hearing that was yesterday, right? So, they had their committee doing a bunch of stuff. Pocahontas was on there.
Pocahontas. We actually ran this live on stream, thanks to one of our viewers sharing it with us.
So, we have all that coming in, plus a less than, or I should say, a worse CPI reading, okay? And then all this fudding news, which we're about to go over right now. But let's look at the charts, and we're going to go over that in our next video. So we're going to put out two separate videos here. But you'll notice that what the reaction was to all of this. So let's just get into it, because that's what this video is all about. One key takeaway I want to point out about this particular video, because I'm guessing most of us have seen highlights or actually watched the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's meeting or whatever. But one thing I wanted to point out was, it's talking about how the reason why we're having this talk and this meeting and this debate. And I'm going to skip most of it. It's all pretty old news to us. But he talks about the elephant in the room here. He being Senator Tim Scott, committee's ranking Republican. And he's referring to the SEC's enforcement actions against digital assets in the absence of SEC Chairman Gary Gensler. So what he did was, he's talking about how they didn't do anything to prevent or stop or slow down any of the debacles we've had. And he's saying, well, if we already had the authority to tackle all of this nonsense, right? Then why didn't they use it to prevent the catastrophe? If they have the tools they need, were they either asleep at the wheel? Or if not, why aren't they here to tell us what they need, if they don't have the tools? This is pretty obvious to me. I think that they don't have the tools, and they're trying to scramble to find some tools to try to, prevent this from happening in the future. I'm not sure there's a whole heck of a lot they can do to prevent, some of these exchanges. A lot of them are offshore. Right?
Well, therein lies another issue. Here comes the U.S. Senate to save the day, supposedly, but what we're doing is now we're starting to push companies overseas. So this technology can be developed elsewhere, and we're going to end up missing the boat here in good old America.
Which actually is a little bit of the part of this article too. It says here, I didn't even talk about this, but the title of it is U.S. Senate Committee Told Get Crypto Regulation Wrong and America Will Fall. So we're talking about financial, the financial ecosystem of the world, right? So yeah, you're right. Absolutely, this could be devastating if they don't figure this out. So moving on towards here, we have three of the committees. Two of them are pro crypto, while the third, Thumbscrews, are too good for Crypto Bros faction. So he appeared for that. So I guess he's just not really.
What a loser.
Yeah, he doesn't get it apparently.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, some people won't get it, and that's, they'll come around eventually. So the last part of this article I really want to get into was the reason why America could fall. Okay, and essentially right here, I mean, this is probably the last big piece of this article that we should go over is this failure to establish a new digital asset specific regulatory arena risks offshoring innovation and putting American businesses, consumers, and the economy at a competitive disadvantage to our foreign peers. It could also jeopardize an important national security lever of the U.S. government, the preeminence of our financial system. It's important. We all know that we want regulations. How do they look? What can you do, to prevent these bad actors? There was one other thing, I think Jason and I were talking about this, was to allow exchanges kind of, the reputation be damaged, but not much you can do as far as stepping in and preventing them from how they operate.
Well, and again, taking a step back, this really touches on regulation that really does have to be put in place for the centralized portion of the blockchain, so to speak. It goes pretty deep, and I think the next big thing were you going to talk about Binance next? Because
no, that's on the list here.
Right. And this kind of rolls over to Binance and regulation and everything that's been happening this week with the news and so on and so forth.
Yeah, absolutely. So this one is getting everybody scared. Just thought, we need to talk about it. It's recent. This was put out today. So we'll see how this unfolds. SEC chairman proposes amending federal custody rules to cover all crypto assets.
Federal custody rules.
Wow. U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission Chairman Gary Gensler has proposed amending federal custody rules to cover all crypto assets. The FCC chief said, though some crypto trading and lending platforms may claim to custody investors' crypto, that does not mean they're all qualified custodians.
Amazing.
Yeah.
In other words, to put it in layman's terms, the government wants to hold your crypto for you. Absolutely unreal.
That's wild. They want to expand their reach, essentially, to tell you who can hold it, who can't, and what they're allowed to do with it. I mean, some of it could be a good thing, but most of it just means the more that the government gets involved, usually the worse things become.
Yeah, they want to centralize and bank your crypto for you. I'm sure that'll make you feel really good. Yeah.
Well, they're not doing a very good job with our dollars either, so.
Well, I mean, the whole point of crypto.
Yeah. So this article is pretty self-explanatory, but it just shows you the sentiment that this guy, the SEC chairman, that the direction that he's moving, like what in his mind, what he thinks proper regulation looks like, and it's pretty wild. So I'll move on here. We're starting to get into the Binance now. These two articles were our last two articles. These are all bad news articles that came right around this whole pump that we've had in the last, day and a half or so. Tether's market cap increased by 1 billion. Binance USD decreased by 1.8 billion. Man,
that's kind of funny. Didn't Binance pump today? Oh yeah, it did.
I think it's safe to say BUSD might be in a little trouble, perhaps. I don't know. It's very odd, and we were talking about it yesterday when we were looking at Tether, how it was just having these weird spikes.
But it was
no price.
Weird
price
spikes,
wasn't
but
moving.
the price wasn't moving.
Price was not respecting these huge candles that then disappeared and didn't leave a wick. I posted it in our Telegram that something odd's going on with USDT. So yeah, this is pretty self-explanatory. We got the market cap falling, and things are just looking a little shaky for BUSD. And then we have the last article: crypto exchange Binance expects to pay penalties to settle U.S. investigations. There you go. Good old CZ, he's in a little bit of hot water. So these U.S. investigations, I mean, what are we going to find out with all that? I wonder how much this influences how they interact with they being the SEC, how they interact with us. I mean, is CZ somehow setting us up to where, you know, we're getting hammered for his screw ups and the way he's handled everything? I mean, maybe that's kind of laying the foundation and they're all involved.
If Binance does fall, you were looking for your black swan?
Yeah.
There it is. But my personal opinion is Binance is just fine. This is just another hand.
Yeah.
This is just another long arm of the U.S. government trying to put their hands probably where it doesn't belong at this point. But
so let me read this little bit right here. Binance expects to pay monetary penalties to settle probes into its business in the U.S. So maybe we're just talking Binance U.S. Obviously,
yeah,
they don't have any reach to the China Binance. A top executive said in a major bout face after publicly disputing the idea that it was under any investigation and mocking media outlets that reported otherwise. And by the way, Binance US is relatively unused.
Yep,
it's pretty small.
Yep, we were reading an article the other day that a very, very small percentage of the U.S. uses Binance in general.
In an apparent admission of breaking laws, Binance chief strategy officer told the Wall Street Journal that the company's executives were unfamiliar with laws and rules written surrounding bribery, corruption, and money laundering. What? Binance is working with regulators to figure out what are the remediations we have to go through now to make amends for that. The outcome could range from like a fine to could be more. What's the could be more? Well, first of all, this is wild. Really? Because they're unfamiliar
with laws and rules written surrounding
bribery, this is the crime,
corruption, and money laundering.
Being unfamiliar, the whole Pocahontas narrative. All she did was talk about what people do with their crypto of speculative nature.
Remember, it was nothing. If you listen to her in that meeting, it was nothing but money laundering, drug dealers, so on and so on and so forth.
And there was hardly any. There was no proof. It was just her saying that this is happening. Are you aware that people tend to like to do this? Sure, I guess. But you know, they do it with dollars.
You want the truth? Else. The dollar is actually more corrupt than crypto, in my opinion. So, you know, money laundering in the dollar, it's been happening for 100 years.
And did you see our supposed pro-crypto respondent saying, well, yes, they do. Dude, fight back. Let me see the numbers. Let me see the proof. What are we working with here? You claim they are, but for us to use that as a precedent here in court, let's find out exactly what's going on the ledger, on the blockchain, which is all trackable. Let's figure out what these people you're talking about, and what is the percentage? Are you going to stop 100% of people using any currency for that matter, preventing them from doing bribery, corruption, and money laundering? I mean, this is just a wild narrative. It's ridiculous, and it didn't really look, you know, like it was, like they had any kind of standing, any foundation. So it's a bunch of nonsense. I'll leave this article at that, and we'll move on to. First of all, we want to show you
a little video for you.
Yeah, there's CZ walking into, you know, the Wolf of Binance headquarters. There he goes. Just not really caring. Just having a good
Yeah.
old time.
Hilarious.
Yeah, that's good old CZ. So, we would like to transition here from doing the news and everything. We'd like to show you a little bit about our Telegram and what we've been involved in here with that.
So, just so you guys know, we have a live stream 24/7 at the Moon Bear Network. And we wanted to give you a little insight on how you can get involved with the Moon Bear Network and the Moon Bear Network Telegram. We wanted to share some wins with you that some of our patrons had just today.
First of all, yeah, let's look at the dates of these messages here. As you can see right here, well, Wednesday, February 15th. It might not be showing up on the video, but yeah, it's not showing up. These are all today.
These are all today from our patrons after basically going to our live Telegram trade alerts and taking trades today.
I really wish it would show you
100%.
the date as we can see
That's
here.
okay.
I'm scrolling
That's
over
okay.
it, but
117%, 159%. I mean, just
here you go.
win
Here's
after
our
win after
dates.
win.
We did these chronological throughout TradingView. Bybit's not showing us the dates, but BitGet will. And these are chronologically messaged in our Telegram, but as you can see, they're all sent from the 15th. And this is, I mean, you can go on and on. And we didn't even copy them all.
This is just from today, guys. Just
today.
from today.
From different people here.
From
We
different
have,
people.
You know, we got Trina, we got Michael over here. We got one of our trading
Trading pros.
Yeah. We got Sphinx and Epidemic in here, just killing it.
So here's the thing, guys. We have 5 professional live traders in our chat, and there's someone in there usually 24/7 talking to you, giving you information, trying to help everybody out, guys. So what you need to do is go to our website, www.moonbear.com, and sign up for our trade alerts. We're talking about $10 a month here, and these guys are crushing thousands of dollars in trades on a daily basis. I mean, you got to be crazy not to want to join a group like this. So anyways, again, visit our 24/7 live stream. Yoda and I are usually there during the US daytime. We have traders that are in different countries that actually are on there at night.
Yeah. So they'll be in
you
the
can talk to
Telegram.
them in the
Yep.
trade, or you could actually talk to them in the live stream, or if you join the Moon Bear Network Telegram, private Telegram, you can be actually talking to actual traders who do this for a living that are giving you, you know, really good information to make smart, solid trades. Anyways, guys, thanks a lot. We just wanted to pop in and give you a little bit of the news, show you what the traders in our on our website are doing right now. It's absolutely amazing. Trader J,
Yoda.
the beard, good to see
Alright.
you guys. We're gonna pop in and do another video and cover post CPI. You guys have a great day.
Later.